Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Reaction Bite Radio with your host, Kevin Postwaite, and co host.
Julie Price.
There is no guest this week. We have a little bit of a scheduling snafu, so we're going to be back with a guest next week. We're going to do some filming, and we're going to be live at the West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show in Charleston, West Virginia at the Civic Center.
Theoretically,
If everything goes well, you will be watching us live at some point, hopefully. Please tune in. I think the one thing that we don't ask very often or always forget to ask is if folks will subscribe to the channel and like and share the channel. So please do that. It does help us grow and bring content to you all by growing the channel, because right now we are fairly small. We want to get bigger.
we're also wondering if anybody's enjoying.
Yeah, let us know. Do we suck or not?
Yeah.
Actually, just let us know we're great. Don't let us know we suck. We don't want to hurt our own feelings.
I mean, if we are making complete fools of ourselves, at least once a week, somebody should tell us. Let's be a pal. But anyway, moving on. At the Hunting and Fishing Show, we are going to have a few reaction bite stickers. And we got some business cards with QR codes for all of our socials. That's pretty cool. So people can just snap. And gonna have those.
What else might we have?
Some crappie baits for kids, or I guess adults too. I don't know. Crappie bluegill baits to hand out. I might go through Kevin's garage and find some Tangle Warehouse shirts new in package.
There could be.
His dresser is too full, and
there could be one or two of those.
Yeah, there might be a couple of those. We'll have some giveaways. We're hoping to interview some people. He says we're going to go live once. I thought we were going to go live all weekend.
Maybe we will. We don't know.
We don't know. We don't even know how to go live.
We sort of know how to go live. We've just never gone live.
Not from this. Yeah, I mean, anyway.
We're going to figure it out.
While I've got you here,
yeah.
I do not have a guest this week. So I'm going to need you to tell me, if you had to pick one lure to fish with for the rest of your life, one lure, one color, what would it be?
Black and blue jig.
Really?
Yeah.
That's my color.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason that it's your color. I think it may have been strongly suggested to you at one point.
No, the reason it became my color is you always use green pumpkin. Mm-hmm. So I always pick up the black and blue.
But I've probably won more money on black and blue than green pumpkin. Black and blue works everywhere, anytime. Clear water, dirty water, doesn't matter. It always looks like a bait fish or something. Doesn't matter if it's ultra clear water. I think a lot of people shy away from it in clear water. You shouldn't, because it's pretty good. Andy Brower has known this for many, many years because he won a lot of money on a black and blue jig. Of course, so did Lowen from Ohio. So what'd you think I was going to go with? You thought I was going to go Cinco, didn't you?
You know me well enough to know I had not thought that through. I had no clue. Like, every day's a new day. It's kind of like that movie 50 First Dates. You fish?
Yeah. Black and blue jig.
No, I just feel like I need to change my color. I feel like you're not using the black and blue jig because I'm using the black and blue jig.
No, that's not true at all. No.
I have questions.
We've both used the black and blue at the same time. Just depends on what they're doing.
But we don't like to do that unless they're...
Yeah, unless they're completely just on that color. But
right.
But no, and a lot of times I use a different jig than you throw. I'll use a heavier one. Do something different. And even then I'll use black and blue.
Okay. All right, that's all I have. That is my one job.
Your one contribution. You killed it right out the gate. You're like, now we're done.
Yeah, now I can relax.
Drop. It's over for me. Yeah, carry the podcast, Kevin. There we go.
You know, our good friend Lyle said he really liked watching the podcast, and that Kevin was all business, and that I was Kevin's mullet during the podcast. And I don't know whether to be flattered or offended.
See, I think he'd have been equally upset if he'd have said, like, you were the business in the front, because he'd have been like, I'm not business, I'm party.
I've never been called somebody's mullet. I think it's
worse. I've been called worse than a mullet.
Oh, I've been called horrible things in my life.
Almost on a daily basis.
I'm a psych nurse. I've been called some wild things, but I've never heard that used that way. And secondly,
the good news is, in Appalachia, they never go out of style.
Yeah, they don't. They're like mullet contests and stuff.
Yeah.
I think rat tails might be making a comeback.
I don't know. They need to stay away. If you rock a mullet or a rat tail, we
Uh-oh.
would like to see it. Rocking the rat tail or the mullet. Let us see it. We'll have our own mullet rat tail contest.
Hey,
Maybe we'll have a prize.
I have an idea.
You-
This weekend at the hunting and fishing show, if you
Mm,
have a mullet or a rat tail, come see us.
yeah,
And
tell us you heard about it on the show. But come by and you can have a chance for a prize. Oh, maybe we'll show off the mullet.
we'll
live.
show off the mullet.
We will.
live.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, see, there you
I
go.
feel like we should make a poster.
So fishing mullets. Let's see. We're talking who rocks a mullet on the pro fishing tour? Matt Robertson. He's a mullet guy.
Is he?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So what are we doing this year, Julie? We've talked about what a bunch of other people are doing. So what are we doing?
Well, we're going to fish the Ohio River Trail.
High River Challenge.
We always do the,
Bass Nation.
no,
Bass Festival.
the Bass Festival at the beginning and a big one at the end.
Or Challenge Championship. Hopefully. I asked the wrong person, clearly. I thought maybe my co-host would come through with a co-host job. Instead, she's like, we fished some big tournaments. You have a calendar.
Is it on?
I don't keep your calendar.
Keep the family calendar.
I keep the family calendar,
Is it
but I
on the
don't keep.
family calendar?
I have no idea.
Then how could you possibly?
Because you don't even look at the family. You keep the little booklet. You have your book calendar. You bought me a book calendar as if I'm going to use a book calendar. But
Right, they come in real handy.
do they? Because right now it seems pretty useless to me.
So
A High River Challenge.
most of the time, I have no idea where we're going from week to week. We will be on a body of water that Kevin swears we have fished every year for the last 12 or 13 years.
Yes.
And I'll be like, yeah, I've never been here before in my life.
Yes, and then I have to point out that she caught a fish like right there.
He remembers where I caught fish.
Where I caught fish.
And nobody that I fish with in draw tournaments need ever worry about me giving up their secret spots because there is no way, unless it is by some very spectacular, impossible to miss landmark.
Graffiti that says Julie caught a fish here.
I'd be like, look, Julie caught a fish there.
Yeah, probably. I think I asked one time who and I said, "Do you guys upriver or downriver?" She's like, "I don't know. Which way does it flow?" It's like, okay, that's no idea. Which direction was which?
You just made me sound like the dumbest human.
No, it wasn't. You had no idea which direction was up or downriver from that takeoff.
Now, wait a minute. I can usually tell which way a river's flowing.
Okay,
I don't think that happened. Anyway, what are we fishing this year? That, the Bass Nation team trail. I went against what I said.
I didn't know you were going to spill the truth on this.
I'll always tell the truth.
I know, but I just didn't think you were going to spill that you were going to fish that one.
Okay, so I vowed after Wisconsin that
She
I
did.
was never fishing another
Draw tournament.
draw tournament again.
Never going to fish another draw tournament again.
And I meant that.
Never going to fish with Bassmaster.
I meant until heard Kevin on the phone with his buddies planning for their big fishing trip and how much fun they're going to have. And I thought, because if he's in that tournament, I can't even go there and fish with him on practice days. You can't be in the boat with anybody that's not in the tournament. So anyway, I heard them talking about it and I was like, all right, I'm doing it because I'm not going to be sitting here in the spring when the weather's just starting to get nice. I haven't fished all winter. They're going to be there having the time of their life. I'm not going to be sitting here crying because I'm missing out because I fished with a jerk. So I'm fishing the regional, what is it?
The Bass Nation Regional at Cherokee Lake in Tennessee.
We're fishing that. We signed up officially for the Fishers and Men organization. We haven't signed up for the first tournament yet, but we got our campground for the days of the tournament. So we'll be sleeping in the Overland camper.
The Super Pacific
camper. So we'll stay there 3 days, and then I guess we're going to go because the two tournaments are back-to-back weeks in rural New York, and then we'll go to the location of the second. As long as you can, I don't know if you can practice or
you can pre-fish. Plus, it's at the Finger Lakes region, so there are just lakes everywhere. So even if we couldn't, there's plenty of places to fish.
Yeah, so that should be fun.
Yeah, that'll be a good time.
I think that's all I know.
I think that's all there is at the moment.
You get into this thing where you're fishing like every single weekend, it becomes exhausting. But
The one summer we fished, they had those tournaments on Sunday down on the canal. So we would fish Saturday and then fish Sunday. And sometimes you didn't fish Sunday. And then I won two in a row. Then you started fishing with me again, I think.
So we're on Tour Proper.
Yeah, that would be the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they won all the winnings. No, that's the year. Those tournaments paid for my ghost trolling motor and active target. Yeah, that was a good summer, actually.
I would just
But we
like,
were fishing a lot.
I would like
Anyway,
to say all these little digs he keeps doing. Every time something goes bad, I offer, and I mean it wholeheartedly. I
he
have
does.
begged him to go get a better partner. If
There's no better partner.
he doesn't want to.
No,
So
there's no better partner.
if I tear up your prop or break 3 fishing poles in one day or lose your G Loomis, whatever
Well, that was a
happens,
rod, yeah.
every time I have offered to step aside, and I mean it. It's not a test. I'm being serious. And he just won't hear of it. So you get what you get, buddy. Well, I was starting to say something. We need to see if we're free for any of the Ferguson Great Outdoors
Yeah,
tournaments. We haven't fished any of those, and it's not a slight to them. It's
timing,
it's all
and that's what
timing.
people have to choose. Most of them don't interfere. I don't think.
It runs into timing and money.
It does.
I mean,
Expensive.
yeah.
Tournament fishing is an expensive sport. It really is, or certainly can be.
Yeah. This week we had to fork out the money for our part of the Airbnb for Cherokee, and we had to pay to enter the Fishermen.
Yeah, just the
Then
family members.
we had to pay for our campground in New York
For the
because
first, if you don't book it early, you won't get it. Especially for anybody that's going to travel outside of West Virginia for tournaments. The thing you need to know if you haven't done it is you need to book where you're going to stay early, because if you do not, you run the risk of having to sleep in a parking lot, like really sketchy parking lot somewhere, or a really sketchy motel that you can end up with a lot of bugs. Now, some guys wing it. I know folks that fish the Toyota series and they show up in town day of tournament and just wing it and either hope to find a buddy to stay with or just whatever hotel's available, just whatever. But I can't do that because it freaks me out. I would worry all the way there because I don't stay. Julie and I are very different. I don't stay in the super sketchy places because for the people that don't know, am a criminal defense lawyer. So I know some of the bad things that can happen in places that aren't vetted. Julie is what I call a victim because she will stay anywhere, including places that get raided by the police in the middle of the night. Yes. Yeah. When she was on a road trip.
I took my son on a cross-country road trip the summer he graduated high school. 2 weeks, because I knew life was going to happen. He was going to whatever. So it was like our last big chance to have this grand adventure, just the two of us. I like to do things on the cheap. So
Yeah.
yeah, he learned some valuable lessons on that trip about.
I think he just reinforced some lessons he already knew.
Well, but when he and Madison go places, he's real careful about where they're going to stay. And
oh my gosh, they murdered. Well, I don't know about murder. Someone was stabbed. I've seen a lot of crime scene photos from,
We were traveling separately. Kevin had the boat. Yeah. And I don't know why I had the car. And we were getting there at separate times.
You had the kids. I had the boat. And you picked the room before I got there.
So we're talking to each other on the phone. And I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going to stop. We were going to camp in a tent. This was a long time ago.
Yeah,
This was our last tent camping experience because it rained all week. So we were going to camp in a tent. We're on the way down there. It's late at night. I'm like, I'm going to stop and get a hotel and I'll let you know where we're staying. And by hotel, I guess I meant motel. So
right across from just really seedy truck stop too. So it's like, it wasn't even like a motel, like whatever.
Because there was a little like sewage pond or something out back. And I could hear the alligators grunting. Anyway.
Where they were trying to feed the person.
So the next morning we're leaving our room and right next door to our room, there are like all these emergency personnel, and the housekeeper was shooing me away, telling me to take my children around the back of the hotel to go to the car. And all we saw was them carrying a bunch of bloody sheets out of this, like covered in blood.
Horrible. There was crime scene too.
Not sure. Yes, there was. So yeah, that happened. Anyway,
Yeah. So Julie no longer gets to pick hotel rooms whenever she and I travel.
you did happen to pick the one place. It was a cute little place. It was an Airbnb, and I knew there was trouble when I
Oh,
walked in.
the ladybugs, right?
There was some bug spray on the counter,
Yeah.
and it had a little
Ladybugs.
Post-it note that said for the ladybugs.
Yeah. Ladybug spray.
It was not red. It was not ladybug spray.
Tell you what, never seen ladybugs dress as roaches like that before. And I know why she's laughing. And I'm going to tell the story because I know where she's going. We were asleep. It was dark because they had those really dark blinds. Remember? That was in
I
in
I
Alabama.
wasn't going to tell her it was because those were really nice people.
Oh, they were really, really nice people. It
And
was
I
in
thought,
Alabama. We'll say it was in Alabama.
okay,
It was in
all right.
Alabama.
I just don't want to put their Airbnb
No,
name.
no, I don't want to put them on blast.
They did leave spray for the ladybugs.
They did. They did. So, in the middle of the night, we're laying there. I'm going to admit I have some chest hair. It's fairly thick, right? So, I have never in my life had a quote ladybug run across my chest and part the hairs as it was moving. It was awful. Thing it ran and it's like corn or something, like being spread as it was running across my chest. And I mean, I made various noises. I really did. That thing, it was heavy. Like
And
it had weight to it.
like, I guess he like flicked it off of him or something. We never found it.
Never did find it.
So we had to go back to sleep. We have no idea where this giant La Cucaracha is.
This big.
We think maybe it was a mouse.
I don't know. It had weight. I'll give it that. It was like running through high grass.
So he picked that place.
I did pick that place. It looked good it got good reviews. They didn't say anything about the ladybugs on the reviews. Usually they do. To be fair, in the South, there's two types of ladybugs. There's the common house ladybug, and then there are they call them palmetto bugs, but they're really wood roaches from outside that get in the house. They are giant. These look more like the house variety. So,
The ones we saw.
yeah, the ones we did see.
Yeah.
The spray came in handy.
You used to pick the hotel here in West Virginia where I found some illicit substances on the bathroom floor.
Yes.
So he is not a saint when it comes to picking places to stay.
Okay, to be fair with that, it was the one recommended by the tournament because they got discounts. And we now know why they got discounts. Everybody stayed there, and we stayed there until we found the heroin.
You tell him that?
I mean, it flossed it.
Yeah, I wanted to put it in my little.
Yeah, she picks it up. Ooh,
I did not pick it up with my.
Well, you didn't
hand.
pick it up with a bare hands. That's true. But she didn't know what it was. And I was like, I'm thinking what
I
it
think
was.
I told you what it was.
I don't think you did because you wanted to keep it. And I said,
I was gonna put it on file.
yeah, exactly. Exactly how it stopped him.
Picked it up with
I
the
was gonna
little
put a little-
paper. It was like, look what I found. And he's like, "Ooh, that's black tar heroin." And I'm looking at it, and he's like, "You are not putting that in your collection of weird things. Flush it down the toilet."
Yeah, housekeeping. Yeah,
So
Anyway.
my collection of weird things is forever missing that.
thank God.
I'm going to use it.
Still possession of it is a crime.
You just told the whole world.
Well, that's only a misdemeanor and it's over a year old. And I didn't intend to possess it. It's not like I was in there possessing it. I mean, it possessed it long enough to flush it down the toilet. Looked like it'd been burnt. So,
Oh, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, I think it was in.
maybe I need to get a vial and write on it. This is where the black tar heroin would lay.
My husband wouldn't let me keep it.
Now I feel like the next time we don't have a guest, I should bring my collection of weird things.
Then we'll never have another guest ever again. Maybe another follower or viewer or
Guest
anything.
to our house. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, we hope to see all of you at the hunting and fishing show this weekend. And it's supposed to snow like 8 to 100 inches. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's all over the place. You hear some people say 6 to 8 inches. I've seen 1 to 3 here.
That's on Friday night.
Well, Saturday.
Saturday
Saturday.
night is 3 to 100. No, it's really like 4 to 8.
If it's going to the hunting and fishing show, be careful if you're traveling to and from. We intend to be there. If it is horribly bad, we will not be.
Probably Sunday. If it snows 8 inches,
We're out.
I'm
I
not I'm
mean,
not doing
just
that.
just
No.
to be fair to everybody, we're not going to go risk our lives for the podcast. We could go live from our living room and not have to travel on
Right.
terrible roads. But if it's decent and if we can safely get there, we intend to be there from Friday through Sunday afternoon.
And again, if you fish or overland camp or camp in general and would like to come on the podcast and talk about it, please reach out to us.
But email is the best way. Admin@reactionbite.com is the email.
We would like to get some shows recorded ahead. That's what we did when we first started. We had like 3 or 4 shows ahead, so they were like scheduled. And now we don't have any shows recorded. So we need to get some because fishing season's coming. We're going to be very, very busy. Do you have anything else you would like to discuss?
Legislature's in session. So folks should watch for bills relating to hunting, fishing, and DNR regulations and things that they might want to speak up about, write your state senator or delegate about, because it does make a difference. Julie can attest to that, if you get a group of folks together, your representatives want to know what people think and they will listen.
Let me
So
ask you this. Is there a way to see what bills are being introduced in legislature beforehand that people could look at? Or could we research it and do a show about these are the things coming up that pertain to the environment? I mean, a lot of the environmental stuff might not say anything about fishing or hunting, but if they're changing regulations about chemicals that are allowed to go in the water, that affects the fish and the wildlife and the humans.
yeah, that may be something we do, or at least an update on what's there.
If
I
there's
was looking at it a little bit before the podcast, and there's a few things.
maybe we'll do a little podcast about that. Last year, I was writing delegates and senators over some spay and neuter legislation stuff. And honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. I had never done that before. I don't know if I didn't pay attention in school or they didn't teach us the things we need to know to do stuff like that. But Kevin had to explain to me what happened and how things went through. I think if we're going to talk about that, we need to go from start to finish. This is how it happens because you work in a political environment and people that don't just might not know. They might have no idea. I mean, I'm not stupid.
What I can say is there's a lot of folks that we elect to represent our interests, and if they don't know what your voice wants, then they're going to do what they do, and then they're going to listen to somebody other than the people that elect them. And that's not a political speech or anything like that. I don't care what anybody's politics are, other than if it affects the outdoors and it affects you, then it's important to make your voice heard. That's the whole idea of electing these folks to represent our interests. So a lot goes on.
I'm just waiting.
Why are you waiting?
What? I thought you were thinking.
You can think too. I mean, it doesn't take just one of us thinking like, okay, I'm going to sit here and stare at you while you think. Okay, you do the thinking. I'm the party in the back. I'm ready to party whenever you're done thinking. So, okay. Next week's show, we hope to have a representative from the High River Challenge on next week to talk about what they got going on, what their plans are for this year.
This weekend at the Hunting and Fishing Show, we are supposed to have an interview with the current West Virginia Bass Nation State Champion, Tony Keller.
And then our plan is to just kind of grab anybody that comes along or go grab them at their booth and see if they want to come over and talk to us about different things. So we'll see how that goes, but it should be interesting. So if you're around the hunting and fishing show and you've got something to add, look us up. We'd love to hear from everybody, the listeners' feedback on the podcast. Just say, hey, we'd like that. And we hope to see you there. So look for us at the West Virginia Bass Nation booth. We're going to be there broadcasting live, either all the time or off and on, at least. We'll be around and, we'll figure it out as we go. We may hop on sometime this week and do a bonus episode live just to kind kind of run through the things. Maybe in the next couple days you'll see us live. Thanks, folks. We'll see you at the hunting and fishing show, and maybe talk before.